Act like you know, act like you know. Wow, wow. Hello, my people. How is everybody doing tonight? Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Come on in, guys. Let us talk here. I don't have a lot of time, but believe me, every minute spent with you all is worth it. Every minute. I got a couple of things that I'm doing at the same time, but honestly speaking, I don't mind. Why? Because when I have a lot of things to do, I seems to get things done better than when I have just a few things. Has anybody had that problem? Like if I have one thing to do, I will put it off and put it off and put it off. But if I have, say, 7 things to do, I will just start doing them and just knocking them off one by one. So like right now, I have a lot to do. So I say, let me jump on here and just add something else to the list, right? Right, Growing? How are you doing, my love? So good to see you. How did your Monday go? How is your Monday night going? So good to see you, my dear friend. So tonight I say, let me just come and ask this question here. Because while I am here, I'm multitasking because you can't see what's going on in front of me. But there is a lot going on in front of me. How are you doing, my dear Growing? How are you doing? I'm so happy to see you. I wanted to make some noise in the background. I'm trying to find something to make noise for which YouTube is not going to give me any problem. Oh. What you need to do is to change your name. And that's to the person who just texted me. What you need to do is to change your name. If you change your name, you can. But with that name, no. No. Snowing outside, but nice and warm inside. Well, the funny thing is, Growing, I don't have any snow today, but I had snow Friday night. Oh, you don't know how to do that? Okay, this is what you're gonna do. Go into your Google account. And your Google account is going to tell you, you're gonna touch the one that says, is it identification or something like that? Whichever one, and you will see it. Touch the options, and something will tell you to change your name. Let me see if I can find it here. If I can find it on one of my other devices, I will share it with you. Because the same way you established that name, you can go back into it and change the name. Let me see if I can do it here. Let me see if I can show you here. So I can do 10 things at the same time. Growing, yeah, we had snow Friday night into Saturday. Lots of snow, maybe like 7, 8, maybe 10 inches in some places. And even until now, there is still a lot of snow on the ground, but the snow is like in the shades. So like at my house, you know, when there's like a landing. The landing for the roof for the downstairs, there is still snow on there. And also the areas in the back where the sun doesn't shine too much, there is still snow in those areas. And also when I'm looking across on my neighbors' houses, Some of the houses still have snow on them, and like on the side of the road where they shoveled up the snow, there is still snow, still melting, running in the street. So there is still a lot of snow. Norland, how are you doing? But I'm nice and toasty inside. It's nice and toasty inside, so I'm not too worried about what's going on outside. Winsome in the place. Winsome, how you doing? All right, to the person who is texting me, you can make you another one. Wait, let me see where my little headphone is so that I can continue to have that conversation. Oopsie. Yes, guys, I'm moving my computer down. Mess that. There it is. Yes. So good to Nolan, how you doing? How you doing? So good to see you. Yes, guys, I have a whole lot of things to do, but you know. No, I'm not cold. Me nice and toasty in the house. It's nice and toasty. It is like 28 degrees outside. Yes, coming down now as we speak. Okay. Oh, okay. See, I'm not only growing is getting lots of snow. Growing is getting lots of snow. No, you getting snow too, Norland? Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't know what's going on outside. I don't know if there is snow or whatever is going on out there because I am not out there, so I'm not worried. But I feel nice and comfortable and toasty in here. No. I'm not sell it out. I'm not selling it out, sister. No, I'm not selling it out. With some me, I can't talk on the phone. I suggest that you call me. Don't you have the number to call me so you and I can have a little discussion? Because me love my Bible study, you know. Me love my Bible study. Yeah, so you and I need to have a conversation. Me not set up my Bible study, man. You need to do that. You know what God bring me through? He has brought me through hell. And I am out and I am still here. Let me turn my back on him. We can't do that. We can't do that. But you know, so me need. Me already established Thursdays as the day, but the thing is, I have to get Thursdays every Thursday. And I'm finding it quite difficult to get every Thursday, considering that I work every other Thursday. So the only day I really have where I do not work is on a Tuesday night. I'm established Tuesday night for the red flag reviews. So me stuck. I get a beating everywhere me turn. Just believe me. But guess what? I'm not giving up. I refuse to give up. I have to do what I have to do. And so, with that being said, I'm doing what I got to do. Yes, it's so good to see you all. Come on in, guys. Anybody who comes into the live and you are new, come on, say something. Our bark over here is worse than our bite, and we do not bite. So you can come on in. Do not just stand outside and look in. Step on up. Come on in. Just take your shoes off. That's all. Kick your shoes off. Come on in to the house of Trevessence Unstoppable. Join the other travelers and let us chat. We're going to talk. Is it okay? Is it the right thing to do to wait until your kids are grown before you leave a toxic relationship? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, my fellow travelers? What are your thoughts on that question? Is it? Is that the right thing to do? What do you all think? What do you all think? Do you agree with some people who say they can't leave the relationship because of the children? They have to wait until the children are grown. A lot of people find a lot of excuses. They say, oh, they don't want their children to come from a broken home. They want their kids to have two parents in the household. What do you all think? Talk to me, my friends. Talk to me. Let us talk about this because we have seen a lot of people, a lot of women in particular, who are in all these toxic relationships and they refuse to leave. And some of the excuses that I hear women throwing around is that, I want my kids to be in a home with both their parents. Oh, I want my kids to not come from a broken home. And all kinds of other excuses. Let me take my glasses off. Growing says, hell no. Once it starts, I am out. All right. That is one opinion right there from growing my own. I need to stop up my back here. There we go. Growing says no. Once it starts, I am out. Does anybody agree with that? Or does anybody here have an opposing view about that? People have all kinds of reasons as to why they continue to tolerate abusive, as to why they continue to tolerate abusive spouses, why they stay in these toxic relationships. And when people say, I can't leave because I want my kids to come from a two-parent home, as if it is some kind of a badge of honor, because of course the society usually assesses people and the way they behave, the way they interact with others, or their social skills, and they always go back and attribute that to whether or not they grew up in a two-parent household. And a lot of kids who grew up with single parents get a nasty flack for that. Like, oh, it's because he had only one parent. Oh, it's because she had only one parent. But nobody takes into consideration that the same events that can occur in the life of an individual that has two parents, the same events that can occur in the life of an individual that has one parent. I'm yet to see a reasonable correlation between somebody being raised by a single parent and choosing to go to run afoul of the law versus somebody who was raised with two parents in the household running afoul with the law. It's like they're ignoring people's personalities. The people do what they want to do, what they're going to do. Of course, yes, the way you're socialized and the way you are raised has a lot to do with the way you turn out, the things you choose to do, the things you choose not to do. But it cannot be one size fits all. I don't care. I want to be happy. Me done. There's so right there, so win some. Right there. So anybody who come in the chat, guys, and you have not yet a member of the family, do not forget to hit the like button. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button and join in the conversation. Sometimes your kids lose respect for you for not leaving because it becomes toxic for the kids too. There you go, growing. Yes, it becomes toxic for the children as well. Imagine you're there with a spouse and this spouse is quite abusive. The spouse probably a drunkard. He comes in and he abuses you and he smashes your head upside the wall and and he does all these things and he curses and he just carries on. And the poor kids cower in fear in their bedroom. They are afraid for you, they're afraid for themselves, afraid of what daddy might do next. They are scared to death. But for you, you are saying, oh, you are staying in this relationship because it's better for your kids to have mommy and daddy in the home than to have just one parent. But the two parents together don't make one. Because whatever mommy has established with the children, today, a routine, do your homework, we play some games, we having fun. And then daddy comes in with his drunkard self tonight, and he just disrupts the whole equilibrium of everybody. He starts cussing and fussing and throwing things and breaking stuff and using all kinds of foul language. And then the poor children, instead of moving forward with the positivity that mommy just laid down with them, here they are. Everything is just disrupted by daddy's foul behavior. How is that helpful to the children? Naturally, Tammy with the goodie here is in the house. Welcome, Tammy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you so much for stopping by. Lasset Livingston, how are you doing? Good to see you, my dear. Thank you so much for stopping by. I was over there in your place over the weekend. All right. Blessed one. The blessed one is in the place. One may not live to see the cheese grow up. There you go. Blessed one just said the right thing. One of those parents may not live to see the children grow up. Yeah, one of them may not live to see the children grow up, because the violence could escalate to such a degree where somebody could get seriously hurt or killed, and then the children are going to be left with one parent either way. If you're in a relationship, you are fighting. You're fighting every day. He comes home, there is just war, like you live in a war zone. Oh, we some yes, we some reach before you. We some reach before you today. Don't make it happen again. Don't make it happen again, blessed one. Oh my gosh. Guys, do not forget to hit that like button. Do not forget to hit that like button. And invite your friends and friends and friends and friends and friends to come on over into the chat and let us talk about this. Yes. All right, let's say yes, you need to get out of it. Yes, that is true. You need to get out. I don't like the lame excuses where people say, oh, they want their kids to come from a two-parent household. Guys, it's society that has done that. It is society that has done that. Telling people, making people believe that there is this badge of honor, which there is, to a degree. If you are from an established house, why I choose that word, established household, a household, your nuclear family with your mommy and your daddy, and they share the same values, and they raise you in accordance with, I don't want to say just with God, but with whichever deity that you want, whichever one, and you are raised, properly. You are raised well, good thoughts, motivation, lots of upward mobility, support, love, gratitude, all those great attributes. These are attributes that you're going to take on with you throughout life. They're attributes you're going to share with your friends, with your children, and that is going to keep that positive energy recycling. It's better for you, for society, for those around you, providing it works well, as opposed to somebody who was raised in turmoil, somebody who was raised in anger, They always see their mommy get knocked down by the daddy. They can always identify a bruise under the mommy's eyes, a scar under the mommy's eye where they say, my daddy had hit her right there with something. They can always, those kinds of trauma never leaves a child. Never. It does not go away. And even when mommy will say, blessed one said JY held one wouldn't let her go. Oh, me never get JY notifications. I never get notifications these days. It's like JY held you and wouldn't let you go. Tell him to let go. Tell JY, let go. JY, let go. Let my people go. Yeah, JY people are my people. Oh my gosh. Yeah, man, JY share peoples. Lasse says, play it cool, make plans, and learn how to protect, relocate if necessary. There you go, Lasse. I am in total agreement with that. Yes, you have to make plans how to leave. You have to try to leave safely. There's just too many negative connotes when it comes to domestic violence. It never goes right unless you take yourself away from the situation, because oftentimes you will find that these people are going to say, oh, I'm going to change, I'm not going to do it again, I'm so sorry. And they want some makeup sex, you want some, they give you a little bit of affection here, so they give you a little bit of affection there, and then they go right back to being themselves. Right back. And then you must face another round of abuse. And the abuse sometimes escalate. And the next thing you know, we are all writing RIP on social media for you. Here is my lovely Angie's in the place. Angie, how you doing, sugar? How you doing? So good to see you, my friend. How are you? What are you cooking today, Angie? You ever cook up over there? What are you cooking today? I hear music. Yes, Lassette. This is the music this is the only music I can ever play in the background. It is the Tuba Chat copyright free music that I play it off of Tuba Chat channel. It's the copyright music, non-copyright music. So it just plays those little disco sounds. Yeah, man. I have to be careful because YouTube keep getting on my case. Keep getting on my case. So I know I gotta be careful. What you cooking today, Angie? La Kanika is in the house. Kanaika is in the place. How are you doing, Kanaika? So good to see you. Woo! Look at Michelle. Michelle. Michelle, how are you doing? We gotta talk. We'll talk afterwards. I will talk to you on phone afterwards. Tell me how is the other half doing? How he doing? Prayers going up for him, my friend. Okay, Kanaika, Miss Mrs. Blessed One, all that. Okay. Yes, so back to the conversation, guys, about this domestic violence thing. Kanaika, what do you think? You think it is better to stay until the children are grown, or it's better to run before the children are grown? It is okay. Okay. I just said I just did a cookout at a friend round robin, so I will edit it soon. All right. All right. All right. Guys, if y'all don't have Angie, go check out Angie. Go check out Angie. Angie's ever cooking up. Angie ever cooking up a storm. Kanaika say run with the children. There you go. That I agree with. I agree with that. Run with the children. And normally they usually come back with the children. I don't know how many of you saw that news article. This I saw it last night. I think it happened over in the Bahamas with the young woman. She's only 20 years old. And she's with this guy, and the guy, they've been together for a little bit. And they said some while back, his violent tendencies started to come to the surface, and he had fired a bullet at her. It didn't catch her, but it lodged in some kind of building or whatever it was. And they broke up. He comes back to be with her. He bought an engagement ring, asked her to marry him. She said yes. Wrong answer. Somebody could have shoot after me. Answer me there, guys. Blessed One says, don't tell him or her that you are leaving. Be careful who you tell. Exactly. Exactly. I agree. Don't tell him you're leaving. Keep it a secret. Do not tell anybody. Just run away. But this case that I'm telling you about, and the young lady, the man comes back crying. He wants to engage, and she engaged him. Wrong answer. Whenever somebody has a violent tendency, and you decide you're going to break it off clean, and go your way. Oftentimes, when they come back and they're crying and they're begging you, it's because they have another plan. They're like, you think you'll get away? You did get with that time? Do you think you'll get with this time? That is their mentality. So you have to protect yourself. Well, the sister here, she accepted it. She got engaged to him and all of that. Next thing you know, she got pregnant. She had a baby. The baby is only a month old. 1 month old. But his abusive ways started again. He was terrible again. And so she called her mom. So, Mom, it's too much for me now. I cannot take it anymore. Mom says, come home. Leave and come home. You and the baby come home. So they get home with the mom. So they'll be living with her mom. And then he shows up a few days ago and he tells Mom, just let me in. I just want to see the baby. I'm just coming to see the baby. I accept that your daughter has left me. I accept that, we are no longer together, but I don't want to be kept away from the baby. I want to see the baby. So he begs and he begs and he begs, and mom relents and says, okay, come on in to see the baby. So Mom leads him to the room where there is her daughter and the baby. And he goes in the room, and Mom goes to mind her business in the kitchen, whatever. And then she hears gunshots. And when she rushes to the room, he has murdered her daughter and also shot himself. Some mad people out there, my friends, let me tell you something. There are some absolutely crazy people out there walking around in clean clothes. Growing said, the first time my ex raised his hand to hit me, I told him if he hit me, he's a dead man. And the whole night he wouldn't sleep because he didn't trust me. Never tried that crap with me again. Okay? Lassett says they want to keep the control. Exactly. They want to keep the control. They say, oh, you think you ever left me? You think, how will you take this thing for? You think you ever left me? Yes, that is their mentality. So once you go cut off our contact, I don't care if they want to see the children. It doesn't matter. You can imagine the guilt Mommy is going to live with. You can imagine how he came and appeared to be sincere. Can you imagine he came and appeared to be so sincere? And she let him in the house only for him to turn around and take out her daughter. And the funny thing about it, he shot himself, but he did not die. The wicked never die. They usually live. It's almost like somebody drunk driving. When they drive drunk and they crash, they usually take out everybody else, but they usually survive. So he took this young mother away from her child, tried taking himself out, but he didn't die. And I tell you guys, my heart just goes out to this family, because domestic violence is something that is just such a stain on society. Every day we wake up, we hear of another woman getting killed by her husband. And these wicked men often come out and pretend as though they are innocent. You saw me do a story last week. That story, I think it's like the second time that I've done that story on my channel. Because I can't wrap my head around it, how wicked humans can be to each other. And particularly the people you call husband, spouse, boyfriend, whatever the case may be, who's supposed to love you and protect you. Sasu Glam is in the house. Sasu Glam, how are you doing? How are you doing, my friend? Guys, there is my friend Sasu Glam. If you've never met her before, now is a good time to do so. You all may check her out after this live has ended. Make new friends. That's what we do over here. We make new friends. You should never trust anyone who threatens your life. No second chance for such person, not even one's mother for me. I agree, blessed. Once somebody has threatened your life, there should be no second chances. Absolutely none. Because the first time when you threatened me, you had time to think about it. And what you thought about was to threaten to take my life. So you and I should not have any communication at all. We have nothing to talk about. And don't care who says you should forgive. Don't try to take God's job. No matter who says you need to let go and move on, you have to take care of yourself. No matter what somebody else says, when somebody threatens your life, you go and you do not look back. Michelle says the thing when they want to leave, they just get up and go. That is the thing. When men want to leave and men want to cheat, they get up and go. They do what they want to do. When you decide that you want to go, then it's a different story. Because now they want to try to convince you of reasons why you should stay. And that is when it becomes dangerous. Because you have already told yourself, this is not working for you. The abuse is not going to fly with you. So you are leaving. And then you sit there and you let them convince you otherwise. Oh, they're going to change. Oh, they're not going to do it again. Oh, and they give you all of this cock-a-doodle story. And the next thing you know, they take your life. We have heard this time and time and time again. Time and time and time again, where women go back into those relationships and end up losing their life. And one thing that I always find to be common with these abusers, whenever they abuse you and you are taking a drastic step to get away, they always try to entice you with marriage. Y'all ever notice that? Michelle, you ever notice that? I remember there is this guy on, I'm not gonna call his name because he's a loudmouth and I don't want nobody come trace me. But there is this particular guy who's always on the internet, always got something to say, always talking. And I remember several years ago, he had he was in a relationship with this girl, and I think they have a kid together as well. And there were rumors that he was abusive and he would beat her up, and she always wear dark glasses to cover the bruises, and she wear long sleeves to cover the bruises and all of that stuff. And I remember after that rumor was going around and everybody was gravitating towards it and saying, you know, how could he do that? He's so big and muscular and trapped and he's a big guy and she's such a petite girl. How could he find it in his heart to put his hands on her and all of that? And he wasn't saying anything. He can talk about everybody's business, but at that time he wasn't saying anything. So I was on the fence, like, I don't think whoever's leaked it is lying. I believe there is something going on. And then all of a sudden, he came on there was a video out on social media where he made this big proposal to her, got down on his knees and proposed to her in front of the crowd. I think it was a stage show or something like that. And right there, I said, yes, he is being abusive. I once I saw that, where he had to come out and do this grand entrance where everybody's there at the stage show, and that's where he's going to propose to her. I said, yes, that woman is going through hell. And that is why he came out to propose to her in front of everybody, trying to convince everybody that he is the good guy and nothing is going on. That is supposed to be sort of a placating gift. That's the gift to calm you. That's the gift to make you shut up. And several months after that, she came out. 7 months after that, I don't think they ever got married. But several months after that, she came out and she was like, oh, y'all remember when I was at the stage show and he came up and proposed to me? I only said yes just because I wanted to save face, because I was embarrassed. After him done beat me up over and over, and then him come propose to me in front of everybody. That is usually a telltale sign. Usually a telltale sign. If you have left a relationship and say you go to your family members and you are having, say, a get together, and the person who you just run away from, you maybe have some civility going on between you, and he wants to come to the function, and at the function, that's when he wants to propose. He wants to be extra nice. That's a red flag right there. One time I could not identify red flags, guys, because I wasn't paying too much attention to them. Michelle said, never in that situation, but I hear of it all the time. Oh, yes. Yard food is in the place. Yard foods, how are you doing, sugar? How are you doing? She should say no in front. There you go, Michelle. Michelle said she should say no in front of everyone and shame him. That is true, but oftentimes we don't. Look at my friend Black Money. Black Money, how you doing? How are you doing? So good to see you. So good to see you. How are you doing? Well, dear, when you're coming on my chat, how you did say again? What did you say again when you came in my chat the other day? But anyway, I forget about it. Good to see you. Bless up, sis. Salute to the host. All right, guys. We're not in no black money, green money, green money, green money. Thank you, guys. Thumbs up the live and share out the live. Invite your friends and your friends and your friends' friends. And you're just vibing. Okay, that's good. That's good. I am here. I am here too. I am here spending some time with y'all. Okay, Topaz is in the place as well. Topaz is in the place. Topaz is in the place. Yeah! Oh my God! Thank you so much. Topaz are coming into the place. Green money. Once you say money, black money, once you say money, we are all here. Once you say money, start shelling it now. Start shelling it. Start shelling it out. Yeah. Yes, guys. So I remember that clearly. And that girl, she said yes to him on the stage. And then some months later, she was like, oh, y'all remember when he proposed to me in front of everybody? And I said yes. I really should have said no. But guys, we have to start growing balls as women. Yes. We have to start growing cojones so we can stand up for ourselves. Whenever you see them come with all this kind of placating gifts after they have done you wrong, they usually come try to do something exorbitant, something extravagant, because their objective is to convince the onlookers That they are the good people. They are the good person. You are the one who's giving problems. You are the one who's causing a breakdown of the relationship. It's not them. Oh no, it's not me. Look at me. I just bought this diamond ring for her. Will you marry me, darling? Will you marry me? Right there in front of all your friends and family when you are embarrassed and ashamed to say no. But at that time, you must say no. That is when you should say no. What? Topaz, Topaz, what did you roll up in? Topaz, roll up in a Mercedes. Oh, Michelle is in. Lorraine! Hey, Lorraine, how you doing? Lorraine! Oh my gosh! Lorraine, how you doing? All right, Topaz, I should roll up in our Toyota. All right, there you go. Yard Food said, Trev, my first relationship, what I've been to. Open my eyes right there, right there. Yes, yes. Maybe she was scared of getting beaten. That's why she said yes. You know, say it's true. It's true. That is true. Maybe she was scared that if she said no and embarrassed him in front of the crowd when he goes home, he's gonna give her another whooping. She's never gonna forget it. All right. I see Black Money is greeting Lassette. Yes, guys, you can greet each other, connect with each other. If there's anybody here who you don't know yet, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to reach out to each other and make friends. Thank you all for coming. When you come once, you're a visitor. We invite you in. We are happy to see you. When you come the second time, you're not a stranger anymore. You are now a traveler. Yes, yes, yes. See all the color flags when they come in. There you go. Yeah, Food says she can't see all color flags. Red, black, blue, green, everyone. Yeah, I never was able to identify red flags. I just always thought that, you're good to people, people should be good to you. And I just thought that people have maybe just a little bit of character flaw, but if you love them enough, if you treat them a little better, no matter how good you're treating them. I always thought, if you do a little extra something, 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 they might, it might help. They're just lacking a little bit of love. There's a little bit more love, there's a little bit more affection. But ladies, please understand, you cannot love a man enough for him to love you. You cannot provide comfort for a man who does not want to be comfortable. You cannot. You cannot. You will never be able to love a man enough for him to love you. If this man does not have love in his heart, there is no way he's going to have love to give to you. No way. Okay, Lorraine says she's busy. Have you ever watched the Life of Tina Turner movie, Trevor? Oh, yeah. What love got to do with it? What's love but a second-hand emotion? What's love got to do with it? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? Money is in the house. Oh my God! Oh my God! All right, what is? How you doing? Madet, you're there looking at me? Yeah, look for me. Yeah, go and look for me. Go and look for me, Madet. How you doing, sis? Welcome into the place. So good to see you. Yes, I watched that Tina Turner movie. Do you understand why she stayed in it, Winsome? Mothers, I was thinking about you. Watch the mothers. Michelle was thinking about you. Do you understand why she stayed in it, Winsome? Yeah. And the thing is, when you stay in these relationships and people on the outside look in, they can always say, Lord, she fool, why she not leave? And whatever. You mustn't judge. You understand? We mustn't judge. We mustn't judge when we see people. When we see people, in their situation, we can only encourage them to say, leave, walk away. Get out. It is not safe for you. It is not safe for the children. You know, get away as far as you can. But we shouldn't judge them and say, Lord, she fully. Lord, she don't have no sense. Lord, she don't have no sense. Why she sit down there and say like she an idiot? No, we shouldn't do that. Oh man, you swell me head. And it's already I don't me not gonna say no more this. I don't me not gonna say they can't sell no more. You know why you straight me out, you know? Oh my gosh. Guys, only my friend I can joke with, so, you know, because I know on this platform here, you know, when it's on social media, you are all out there, and people seem to think that they can always come hide in the chat. They're not saying a word, you know, but they might hide and listen to you to hear every word you say, so they can twist it and turn it and say, Trev did say this and Trev did say that. But is my friend we're talking to, so no please to mind on the business. Blessed one, I was in a car, so I missed out on some of it. Okay. Go to my nobody to ask me. I told them in asking for me. You see, why they come in here with some say if me stop the swords in Anna, I'm gonna stop the swords in Anna because swords in Anna has brought me a lot of people on my channel came in on swords in hand. So me not forget my swords in hand. Modest, me have to talk off the ear too. You're gonna have to talk off the ear. Yeah. Me not jealous. Nobody's. I am not jealous. One thing with me now, me not jealous. You see how women get crazy and go look for the other woman? No. I will have a conversation with another woman, but you see how people get angry and go look for the next woman and walk with big stick and no, sir. Not this Trev, because nobody not stand up make you lick them and not lick your back. I don't want nobody lick me. I birthed 2 boys. I gave birth to 2 boys. Those are the only two men in this world that I will ask, where are you going? What are you going to do? With whom are you going? And if me not like the answer, me might raise Cain. All if they're married, we no business. We will still ask. Sharissa, how are you doing, my love? So good to see you, my dear. So good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in to the live chat of Trevessence Unstoppable with all the other travelers in the place. Modest say, lick them around. Modest, you think you're going to be able to hit somebody and run, and they're not going to come after you? You really think so? I send the police for you. You don't know how embarrassing it is. You don't know how embarrassing it is for people to see the police leading you out in handcuffs. I can't live like that. I agree, Michelle. We don't live like that. Will not live like that. Until my life is on. Okay, Sharissa says, yes, little busy with school, little time playing catch up. Sharissa, you're not alone, you know. You see me sit down here so talking. You see me here talking, Sharissa. See me have my laptop here, so. I have my laptop here, so, and I have my desktop. The desktop now upright, but I'm doing quite a bit of stuff on the laptop. Me just take a break out of the book. Say, you know what? I have to take a break and do my lives because I'm my watch hours going down, and I need to keep my face out there because I need people to be coming in and subscribing to my channel. I need people to be subscribing. I've been lagging for too long, and I really do need to get to that 1,000. So I need to be on here, right? I need to be on here. Don't ask about editing the videos because that's another story. So I need to be on here and doing these live streams. So I just decided that, all right, since I've had my face in the book since 3 o'clock, since I woke up at 3 o'clock, I'm taking a little bit of a break. So my book is still here in my lap and my laptop is still here. And while I'm talking to you all, I am also reading. So yeah, I'm multitasking. I'm talking to you. My book is right here. I got my pen right here. So if I have to write anything down from what I'm reading here on the screen, I just write it down. She was afraid too, and she was sorry for him, for she loved him and always wondering. Yes, Tina Turner, yes, in her story, she was afraid to leave Ike, and she was also sorry for him. And not only that, she felt compelled to stay with him, considering how much he had invested in her career. Because remember, he was her manager and he had invested quite a bit in making her who she was at the time. Because remember, the name Turner was Ike's last name. So, and Tina Turner got her real bust into the music scene when she was like 40 years old. So she was already older than was normal to enter into the music industry. And he was the one who had, sort of shaped her career and that sort of thing. So she felt a little bit obligated to stay with him. And so she took them beatings. But when she was ready to leave, she even asked the court to make her keep the name Turner because she had made it her name as Tina Turner. She didn't want to go change back her name to, what was her name before? Blackstock. I don't remember what was her name before. Blackstock or something like that. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember quite. Right, because nobody had known her by that name. Everybody knew her as Tina Turner, and she just kept that name throughout. It has served her well. Feeling the love turn any sensible woman in a idiot. Love. Actually, the man them just know what to say to us. Yeah, them just know what to say. Guys, that little note I had written. Okay. That was a note that I wrote right there. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me see. Oh, yes, Sharissa, we got to multitask. Oh, yes, we have to. Sharissa, mental control and codependency, that is true. It's a form of control. Yes, that is so true. It is a form of control. And men will do anything to control you. If men have contributed anything to any aspect of your life, they believe that once they have contributed, if you're going to school and the man buy you one book, you're going to school, he buys you a book. He wants to believe that because he bought you this one book, when you leave school, no matter how he treats you, you're not supposed to leave. You're not supposed to look out for yourself. You're supposed to stay there with him. No. The situation don't suit you. You're free to leave, sister. You are free to go pick up your things and run. Pick up your things and not just leave. Run. And I'm glad Tina Turner got out of that situation. Yes, I'm so glad she did. And other women have been able to get out of those kinds of situations. And unfortunately, many women have not been able to. Many women stay there until they lose their lives. Many women claim that they are ashamed. I've been there, done that, feeling so ashamed, not just ashamed for people to know that somebody is really hitting me and abusing me, to know that really somebody who they probably thought would love me, should love me, is not loving me the way that he should. Feeling ashamed because this now is going to be like a black eye, a sort of a sore on who I am, on my character. Now I'm going to be identified as a battered woman. And a lot of women do not want that stigma to be attached to them. A lot of women do not want that. They would rather stay in the relationship under the quiet than get up and get out and let anybody know that they were ever abused. I have seen that a lot, where lots of women do not want to get out for that particular reason. And then there are the women with the children. Now they have another reason to use the children as the excuse. I have my children. I can't leave because of the children. As if those of us looking on are supposed to be more sympathetic with you because you are staying because of the children. That is when I say, take the children, sister, and run. Cubans is in the place. Cubans walk on. My booby walk on in the place. Cubans, all kinds of things going on in the place. All kinds of things going on in the place. I'm here talking about storm as usual. Cubans. Sharissa says Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome. They want to be sorry for those of you not sure what Stockholm syndrome is. Yeah, the person is abusing you, but then you still feel sorry for them. You want to continue loving them. You want to continue being in the relationship with this individual who is clearly abusive, who is clearly causing you all kinds of stress, all kinds of pain, and you still want to stay in a relationship with that individual. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. It never gets better. Yes, over here safe. They're over here safe all the time. Over here safe all the time, Cubans. It's always safe to be over here in the house of Trevessence Unstoppable. Always a safe space. So for all the women who are being abused, this is a safe space for you to come, a safe space for you to share, a safe space for you to get support. This is a safe space. Yes, Cubans, it is. It is a safe space. I should keep that door open so that all the heat don't accumulate in here. Cubans, how are you doing? What's going on with you, my friend? How are you doing? It's so good to see you. It's a pleasure to see you here, Cubans. It is an absolute pleasure. We are talking about whether or not it is okay for a woman to wait until her kids are grown to leave an abusive relationship. Is it that she should wait until they are grown? Others worse, unless God changes the abusive person. And the thing about that, you see, last set, we say like, we want God to change this person, These people are not going to change if they don't want to change. And somebody who has a temper problem where they always want to fight and they're always angry, the first person they usually want to fight with is the closest person to them, which is their spouse. That's the person they want to fight with. That's the person they want to throw out all their frustrations on. And usually men do this because they see women as the weaker gender. A lot of them, they will come home and fight with you as their woman, But if they go out in the street and a man challenges them weak like rats, they cannot fight back if a man challenges them because they're afraid of losing. They want power. They want to feel strong. They want to feel powerful. And they can only feel powerful against weaker individuals. Me have one woman where I beat me up, but the front good. But the front good, me no want to left. I say leave and carry the front with you. Cuban. Cubans, you are a mess. You're a mess. Oh my gosh. Guys, if you if you say carry it with you, my friend, but leave the woman alone. She'll beat you up, leave. I mean, more front out there than what you leave behind. So you go, so yeah, you baby talking nonsense. Like Cubans, you're a mess. Okay, Cubans is at work. All right, Cubans is at work. Never you are teaching your children. It is normal to be in an abusive relationship, not a good thing. There you go, Sherissa. Yes, that is true. You're also teaching your children that this is normal. This is okay that you're in this relationship that is wrought with violence and you are sitting there. Lord Jesus, things, things Jamaica is in the house. You see it? Oh, my face roll like a pudding pan. Lord Jesus have mercy. Life treated me well. Yes, brother. Instead of me I take off pounds from the diet, I tell you something things. Instead of trying taking off pounds on this diet I'm on, I'm putting on pounds. I'm like, I'm just tired of standing on the scale. My face is all round. Lord have mercy. You want to see on my waistline? You want to see on my waistline thing? Yes, I am here. Miss say, I know my face look like for my daddy with a big old broad looking Asian Chinese looking face. Yes, sir. Oh my word. No weight coming off. All the weight still coming on. What am I to do? I just have to go on. I don't know what else to do. I've tried everything. I've tried everything. I don't nothing to be working. Or maybe me not find the right. Maybe not find the right formula yet. The, that waistline, don't put your back in it. That waistline. Girl, this waistline is doing, oh gosh. Put my back in it. All my back in it, believe me. The whole waistline, everything. Well, I say, a round waist, the thing they say, not, I truly don't care one round waist, trust me. I know why a waist, a round waist. My whole waist is a ball. Like a sphere. It just got, it just got so like one sphere. Oh my God. But it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. One day something will happen for me. One day. I'm not gonna stress myself about it. I'm not gonna stress myself about it. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Team Jamaica, what's going on with you? You see my topic tonight. I am here talking about another another angle of domestic violence. You know, when I pop up, I have to make you laugh. I know, I know, sweetheart, that is a good thing. It's always a pleasure to see you. Always, always. Did I see you on TikTok things? Did I see you over there on TikTok? All the tuckers in the house, all the tuckers in the house, all the tuckers. Let me see who texts me now. Oh my word. Oh, when you find the formula, give it. You want the formula? Things of me. All right. Oh my God. Why Google locked me out of my account? Google is something else. Let me log back in. Oh my word. Oh my word. right, guys, here I am. That was just Google locked me out of my account right there. So I had to get back in it some way, somehow. All right. Things set towards the topic. I was saying just the other day that it's better being single than in a relationship of toxic in a toxic relationship, because when your children see a man beating you bad, it may cause them to be make them feel belittled. I have to run out, Trev. Things turn up. All right, Sherissa, thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure having you, my dear. It was a pleasure. In Jamaica are that they think they have to come do something for you. That's true. Especially when you have boys. Especially when you have boys. Your boys sometimes, when they become teenagers or stuff, they might think that it is their responsibility to protect their mom. And so they see whether it is a dad or a stepdad beating on their mom, they might feel obligated to protect their mom, and that could cause a situation that could get really, really out of hand. Because if the man intended to hurt just mom, now he's going to probably hurt the child. And if the child is determined enough, the child might seek out ways to harm this person, which might end up sending this child behind bars or stuff like that. Guys, when I think about all the negative things that can happen in life and the consequences that can be there, sometimes I just want to just lock myself in and be away from it all. Because it is just sometimes too much. All the times I wonder, what can we do as a people to stem the tide of domestic violence? And whenever I ask this question, people always talk about, the women must run. The women must leave these abusive men. The women not supposed to be with them. The women. And I want to put a little bit of a spin on that. Wait, guys. I gotta straighten up my back here. I want to put a little bit of a spin on that narrative where people are always saying, the women need to run, the women need to leave. And my spin on it is, what about the men? What are we doing as parents who are raising boys? What is it that we are doing or not doing that is causing our boys to be that violent towards women? That is my question. Most of the time, the poor women have nowhere to run to, because we know they don't want to be in such place. Exactly. A lot of times they don't have anywhere to run to. A lot of times they don't have any family. A lot of times they are homemakers. They depend on the man for money. They depend on him for, their way of life. And once a man knows that you depend on him, a lot of times they treat you poorly because they think you won't go. You can't leave, because if you leave, you won't have anywhere to live. You want food to eat. You won't have any money. And that is why I advocate for women to have their own. I always say a woman needs to have her own. Never you sit down and depend on a man. Because if you sit down and depend on a man and he's ready and he gets up and he leaves you, you have nobody to blame but yourself. So do not sit there and depend on this man, have him go out, make the bread, come back in, and you are just sitting there like not even a good enough trophy. He just have you put on this shelf. You are not working, you don't have access to the bank account, you don't have money for yourself. You have to always ask him for money. You have to, no! They are growing up without love. Sarah Angus. That is so true. That's the same thing that I said. I said a lot of these boys grow up without love. They don't know what love is. They don't know what it is like to be affectionate. They've never been hugged. They have never been kissed by the parents. The parents never embrace them in a loving embrace and let them know that they are, they are wonderful, they are handsome, they are worthy, they are deserving. Never. A boy pity them, make them go long. Boy pity fit tough. Yeah. And that is how we have treated our boys. I know they get into relationships, they don't know how to love. Sometimes the male kids grow up to be abusive too because they think it's normal because they see their mom. Yes, that is true. They think it is normal. A lot of times little kids think it is normal. I've seen women who say they grew up in an abusive household where their mom was always hit on by their dad or their stepdad. And so when they grew up and they were in a relationship and the guy was hitting on them, they just thought, well, that is the norm. If I don't do something right, I'm afraid that when he comes home, he's going to hit me. Once you start living like that, you are not really living. You are in a prison. You are in a cage. It's almost like a caged animal. You are like an exhibit for him, really. Because you have to make sure that this water bottle is right here. If this is where the water bottle is supposed to be, you want to make sure that when he walks through the door every night, this water bottle is right where it is supposed to be. Because if it is not there, you can just imagine how he's going to fly into a rage, and that rage is going to escalate into you having a black eye tomorrow morning. You have to use makeup to fix up this black eye tomorrow morning. No. No way to live. That is no way to live. And if you are thinking that you're going to tolerate that kind of living for your children, you are causing the children more harm than good. Because the poor children need a stable environment, a healthy environment, not an environment where people are kick down door and a box down people and a fling back after people. No! That is not the environment we want to raise our children in. And that is not the environment that we want to stay in. I remember being in an abusive relationship and I just, first it was shame. Shame made me stay. Oh yeah. things over there. Well, I remember putting my headphones. That is perfectly fine. That is perfectly fine. If you are going in between here and the great house. You are going between here and the great house. And that is perfectly fine. Yes, that. Yes, so me headphone ear in my ears, so the great house have to go and play. All right, we're gonna continue with our topic, guys. We are going to continue. So guys, we will continue this conversation here. Yeah, y'all know Trev doing 10 things at the same time. But we will continue to talk. Does anybody else have another opinion on whether or not? Because I have seen women stay in relationships by the look at there. Tara is in the place. How are you doing, Tara? How are you doing? So good to see you. It's 9 o'clock here. What time is it there? Where you're at? It should be like what now? All right, Winsome. Okay, I see you, Winsome. You there focusing unstoppable and neglecting us. No, me not neglecting you at all. I refuse to neglect you all. I refuse. I refuse to neglect you all. It's me and Una talking. Me and Una talking. Oh, good to see you, Tara. Good to see you. Oh, see, okay, yes, because I'm like, it should be like morning now for you. Oh, you're getting ready for work. Okay, so good to see you. Oh my God, life is so funny that I can be here. We are here and it's nighttime. It's now 9:30, and over there it is 6:30 in the morning. So that is 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You are 9 hours ahead of us. I am doing great, my love. I am doing great. I am doing great. I am here spending a little bit of time with my travelers, as we usually do. Yeah, my eyes are tired being in the book all afternoon. So I'm gonna just take a little chance. I just take a little chance to take my eyes out so that we can chat a little bit before I put my eyes back. Before I put my eyes back in the book. Oh, she's in Dubai. Dubai growing. Yes, I hope you all are having a great night, day, morning, wherever you are at. If you are watching this live from somewhere else in the world, I am currently on Eastern Standard Time. So I am on, so we are on the East Coast of the US, where it is now 9:30 at night. And we are here talking about whether or not it is okay for a woman in an abusive relationship to stay in the relationship until the kids are grown, or to leave the relationship while the kids are young. Me know some of I leave. Well, I left. Kids young, I'm gone still. I'm still gone. Because my sense of peace, guys, is so important to me. My sense of peace is more important to me than what people are going to say. Honestly speaking, once upon a time, I used to be burdened with what people are going to say. I used to be so overwhelmed just with the thought of what people are going to say and the negative connotes they're going to attach to the decisions I make for my life. And after a while, I had to shed that armor of shame and say, you know what, I have to step out in this world a brand new person. Because if I just sit there and be ashamed of what people are going to say, I will never move. Because people are always going to have something to say, or always have something negative to say. So the relationship is not serving you. There's no reason to stay. What are you staying for? So you can get some more beaten? So you can get some more black eyes? So he can kick you out of the house a little bit further? No. You cannot stay. Don't stay. Get up and go. Get up and go. Let nobody stop you from leaving. Because honestly speaking, when you stay in a relationship with the children until the children are grown, but They are just grown by age. Emotionally, they are tarnished. They are scarred emotionally because of what they see daddy do to mommy, of what they see the stepdaddy do to their mommy. They are scarred. And that's not how you want your children to grow up. And then when the children grow up scarred like that, they do the same thing, especially the boys. They will end up doing the same thing because they grow up with the same kind of fear. There we go. They grow up with the same kind of fear. They are afraid. They're afraid of rejection. You know, men are, they're afraid of rejection. They're afraid of loneliness. They're afraid of being left alone. They are afraid. And because they are afraid, they will do anything to conceal that fear. And if they're afraid that you might leave them, one way to have you not leave them is to try to control you. And one way for them to control you is to abuse you, to make you be so dependent on them that you feel as though you cannot leave. You cannot move, because if you move, if you leave, you're not going to be able to care for yourself. So they make sure that you are dependent on them, so you don't want to leave. And that way they can continue to control you. And once they have you under their control, it's a done deal. You will have to be strong. You will have to get some very good resources to be able to move, especially if you're in the relationship, say, for a long time. 10, 15, I was like 10, 15, 20 years in an abusive relationship, and you don't leave? He has you cornered. He has you right where he wants you. Right where he wants you. You can't leave. He has created all the situations to make it ideal for you to stay. To make leaving seems unattainable for you. To make being, he has created such a situation to make sure that you see yourself without him as a failure. You can only see yourself as achieving something, as being worthy of anything when you are with him. And everything he does is surrounded by that belief that you can't be great without him. You can't do anything fabulous without him. You're always going to need him. He's your backbone. And so you stay. And you remember that as you stay, the days get longer, because they turn into weeks, they turn into months, they turn into years. And before you know it, you're looking around and you are 20 years older, and it's been 20 years since you've been sitting in this foul relationship. And you cannot, and you don't know which way to turn. Because if you were in the relationship, if you started at 20 and now you are 40, you have either grown kids or teenage kids. You have young kids who are depending on you. And at that time, you might think, oh, you're too old for go to school. At that time, you start thinking, oh, Lord, then if you go start over again, then me have to go find one other man. Oh, Lord, me there with him for so long. Him me know. Me don't want nobody else when me don't know. Me I go stick to the evil when me know, yeah, man. That kind of mentality will keep you stuck in hell for the rest of your life. Live fast while we at there you go, black money. Of course, you're not gonna stop. You're not gonna stop. So you need to leave and leave fast. I saw a video once where a little boy called the mom a stupid bee, and his dad high-fived him and laughed. he learned that from his dad. There you go. That is true. That is true. So apparently the dad calls the mom the same name and the kid thinks it is okay. So the kid does the same thing because which little boy doesn't want to emulate their dad? Little boys want to emulate their dad, you know, daddy's macho, whatever daddy does, they want to do it. Yeah, little boys do that all the time. So if daddy talks about women in a negative fashion, the little boy is going to think it's cute. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to want to do the same thing. All right, they're growing and terror exchanging love, and so to Black Money. Black Money is exchanging some love with y'all as well. Exchange some love, guys. Love on each other. Share your thoughts with each other. Enter each other's house. If you don't know each other, go ahead and make yourselves known to each other. Make friends. Make friends, guys. Nothing is wrong with that. Who else is in the place? Let me see. I see like what's that? 6 million people in the place. Guys, do not forget to hit the like button. Do not forget to share the stream and invite your friends and your friends and your friends' friends to come on into the stream. Guys, see my phone, Google, y'all might see me looking down here on my phone. Google locked me out of my phone. Google locked me out of my phone. So watch me here trying to, I'm talking to y'all and I'm trying at the same time to get back into my phone. That's what I'm trying to do. Because I'm locked out of my phone. Thanks to Google. Okay. Ah, boy. I don't even know. They ask you so many things. They get in your phone and they ask you so many things. Let me navigation, video calling, and more with Google's latest apps. I don't know nothing about Google and their latest apps. I don't know. I'm not choosing those things. Because I can't understand Google. And then you can't move forward if you don't accept it. Oh gosh, no, I don't want no flashlight. I don't even know what is this. Add your home address. Well, Google wants you to add your home address to get simple helpful message. No, no, I don't want that. No. Calendar. And you all notice now that everything Google wants you to put an app, everything is an app, and all it does is fill up your phone. And then when it fills up your phone, they want you to turn around and buy storage from them. You all notice that? Or is just me? I noticed that everything now Google wants. Remember, you used to always have like the calendar. Now they want you to get Google Calendar, Google Calculator, Google this, Google that. And once you get it, it's an app that's a new app that's going to take up space on your phone. You used to click on you get the news. Now they want you to put Google News. Oh my God, I'm so tired. That's a whole 10 point something gigabytes. Before you know it, you don't have any gigs left. And the next thing you know, they are sending you to tell you that you need to purchase. Your phone is out of storage, so you need to purchase. You need to purchase storage. Finally. Finally back into my phone. Finally. Okay. Back with you now, guys. As we continue with this conversation, because oftentimes, guys, the damage that is done to children who are coming from these broken homes are almost like irreparable. The damage that is done to them, it's like they are different human beings. Their whole life and thought structure, going to work now, go back to all the way. Okay, Ter, be safe, my dear. Be safe. Let me get that phone call. Hold on there, guys. Be safe, my dear Ter. We will see you again. Thank you so much for coming over. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting a call here. I am home. I am on the live. All's good? All right, here again. Back with you all, guys. Back with you all again. Back with you all again. Yes, guys. We are talking about whether or not it is good for a woman to remain in an abusive relationship until her children are grown. And we have had basically everybody in the chat have been on the same page where we all agree that it is not healthy for the children if their mom stays into this unhealthy, toxic environment until they are grown. Because what she would have essentially have done is rob them of their childhood. A lot of children would be happy with their mothers being single than being in a relationship with an abusive partner, be it their dad or stepdad. And so a lot of children would rather live alone with their mom and be happy and comfortable and not have to worry about when this man comes in, he's going to start breaking everything, he's going to start cursing, he's going to hit their mom. A lot of people would be better off, would feel like they would be better off if they were not left to come into maturity in that kind of an environment. And that kind of environment cannot be healthy, cannot be good for any human being. Sometimes even the dogs running. Sometimes even the little cats. You see the relationship, they're showing videos online and you see the cats running. You see the dog running. The other day I brought you all a story. The other day I brought you all a story with that NFL player guy. Those of you who are watching it on my channel, that NFL player, I forgot his name right now, but he's a football player, and we saw him how he picked up the mother of his child and just dashed her across the room like she was a sack of potatoes. TV tumbled down and everything, and the baby crying, and even the cat was running because the cat was so terrified. If you have not yet watched that video on my channel, you can go back and watch it. I forget the guy's name, but that incident happened down there in Florida a few months ago. And when you listen to this lady talk, she has been in that relationship with this guy now for a few years, and that's how he has beat her up. She always be using, long sleeves to cut the bruises on her arm. She's always been putting on extra makeup to cover it on her face. Always. And now when she says no more, I will take it no more, she released the video to the public because they were always seeming like they were not believing her, like they were like giving the guy just a slap on the wrist all the time. Every time she would complain about him, she wasn't getting anywhere. But thank God when she released that video, he had to face the music. He had to face the music and be held accountable for his behavior. He had no choice at that point. And I know a lot of women do not want to get the cops involved. They don't want the police to be their house. I used to be that woman. I used to feel that way because I used to say, oh, Lord, dear God, I don't want to have to call the police. I don't want the police in my house. So I am going to just pretend that this isn't happening. I am going to try to take care of it myself. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make sure that the police or the public don't know about this abuse. Whatever it takes. You don't want police, you don't want public, you don't want your peers, you want nobody to know. And I used to be that woman. So embarrassed, so ashamed. Like you put on your clothes and you step out, you're looking all nice and stuff, and people are, respecting you, and only for them ears say, when you go home, you're beating stick. The man beat you left, right, and center. And you're not doing anything about it. You're not standing up for yourself. And you continue to cloak yourself in shame. Where you're not doing anything to help yourself. You're just staying there in the shame. And that is no good. And when you have the children with you in that kind of situation, you are teaching the children that this is the norm. This is what you should expect from a man. This is how your whole life quite likely is going to be. And unless these children seek out alternative ways to have healthy, happy lives, they are going to end up in relationships that are wrought with violence, and they're going to continue to sit there thinking it is normal. That to me is abuse. And I think that mothers should face the music if they sit in a relationship and allow their children to be psychologically abused just because they choose. Just because they choose to stay in an abusive relationship. Yeah. Something should be said about that. And also, guys, before we go, those of us who are mothers, and those of us who are good-thinking fathers, good-thinking mothers, and we have boys, we need to stop from tell the boy them, say, yeah, man, tough it up. Happy balling. No, boys are allowed to cry. I'm not talking about overdoing it, I'm talking about overdoing it, and when you tell lie, you cry to convince people say are true. I'm not talking about that kind. I'm not talking about that kind of cry. I'm not talking about that kind of cry. I am talking about men are supposed to be able to express their emotions, express themselves, and say exactly how they feel. And if it requires that they drop a tear or two, they should be able to cry without being judged. Because oftentimes we judge our men when they cry, like, oh yeah, man, tough it up, you're not supposed to cry. No, men are supposed to cry. It is okay for men to cry. It is okay for men to cry. They are supposed to cry too. Whenever they are hurting, they are supposed to cry. They are supposed to be able to sit down and have a conversation and talk about what is going on with them, how they can, take care of themselves, how they treat each other. We shouldn't shun them away because they are soft, and we shouldn't shun them away and call them soft because they appear to be affectionate. Yeah, man. You gotta be man, go tough it up. You gotta turn sissy, that is how we sometimes talk to our boys. And then when they grow up, they don't know love, they don't know affection, they don't know how to react. So the woman could have loved you till thy kingdom come. If you don't know how to accept that love, how to use those hugs, what's gonna happen? You're not gonna be able to utilize it. And so once you can't utilize it, you don't know what to do with it, you make a mockery of it. Because it is too good for you. You feel like this is too good, this is too much. I cannot handle this. It is too much. And that, my friends, is a sad situation. And a situation in which we should not put our boys. We should not put our boys in that situation. We should help our boys to grow, to show emotion, to show love, to be affectionate, to deal with their problems. Whenever there are problems, we have to help our boys to understand how to deal with their problems and to know that fighting is not the answer. Help our boys to understand that getting a woman to be submissive to you doesn't mean that you have to butt a bruiser, doesn't mean you have to beat her up. You treat a woman well. Excuse me. You treat a woman well, she'll treat you well. Yeah, you treat her well, she will treat you well. Oh my God, I'm not trying to find it. Yeah, she will treat you well. Once you treat her well. All right, I'm just looking to make sure I have my sanitizer here. Right? So that is how we have to treat our boys, and not just shoo them off, not just run them off for them to tell them, you got to be tough, you are a man. No. You're a man, so you need to be tough. No, that's not what we should do. That is not what we should do at all. And when we do that, we encourage our boys to grow up feeling as though they should be the tough guy. They should be the ones, they should be in control all the time. And when they cannot get to assert that sense of control, they get out of control. And then start beat up people, girl picnic. So the same way we are worried about our daughters and what kind of husbands they are going to find, we should be worried about our sons and what kind of husbands they are going to be. Now, agree with me? Y'all agree with me, guys? Yes, that is my take on that for tonight. Guys, I really would love to stay here with y'all and chat some more. Right now, I see, 5 million people in the place. I see 5 million people in the place, and I am here trying to get something else done, a million other things. So that's going to be it, though, guys, from me for tonight. I want to thank you all for coming over. Thank you all for coming to chat with me tonight. Thanks to everybody who contributed into the chat tonight. I can't possibly remember everybody who was in the chat, but I remember the most recent people. Growing My Own. I think Yard Foods was here too. Terry from Terry Teachers Consultancy was here as well. There was also my friend Winsome, my friend Michelle, my friend Lorraine, my friend Blessed, my friend Kanika, my friend Topaz. Who else was here? There were lots of other people here, guys. I don't remember. My friend Cubans was here. My friend Black Money was here. Who else, guys? I cannot possibly remember everybody else who was here, but I want to say thanks. Good, my own Black Money Tear, Glowing Tear. Oh yes, I did say Winsome, Growing. My friend Tings Jamaica was here as well. My friend Sharisa was here as well. Oh yes, I said that. I said your names already. They were here. Who else was in the place? I think my friend Lisette was here as well. And also my friend from Miami was here. My fellow Miamian was here. Is it Miamian? Miamiite. All right. The lovely Modest was in the place as well. Blessed One was in the place as well. And all right, Topaz, Sasu, that's the name I was trying to remember. My friend Sasu was in the place too, guys. So I want to say thanks to everybody for having come. Angie was in the place too. Angie from Angie's Cooking and Spree was in the place as well. Guys, don't miss out. Don't miss out if you have not yet gone over to Angie's Cooking and Spree. Tammy with the good hair was here as well. From Naturally Tammy was here. Oh, did I miss this? Okay, Norland, my friend Norland Baxter was here as well. That's Winsome. That's Simone. There we go. Yes. I think that's everybody. Guys, if you are in the house and you have not yet hit that like button, hit that like button on your way out, please. I would appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting our sister here. I could not do this without you. It is because of you all and your love and support why I'm even still on YouTube, because I am so grateful for the love and support that you all have given me. I want to say thank you all so much. I sincerely appreciate it. And at the meantime, guys, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, now is a good time to do so. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so that whenever I upload a video, you'll be first to get notified. And all my returning travelers, I want to say thank you all for your continued support. We are going to be going off the live now. I'm going to get me some other stuff done. And we will be back here tomorrow for sure. Tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, as usual, on a Tuesday, tomorrow at 9 o'clock, we're going to be doing another red flag review. Last week, we started doing the email. Yes. For those of you who were not here, you may want to go check it out before you come into the chat tomorrow. We were talking about the email that was sent to me when my now husband was leaving the marriage. He decided the way to break the news to me was to send me an email. And so I'll share the email. I'm sharing the email with you all. Yeah. Right. So last week we started to look at the email, deciphering it piece by piece, and talking about it and identifying the areas in the email that are so conflicting, make no sense, add a lot of credibility to my story and all the events that were taking place in the relationship, you know, that I've shared with you all over and over again, and I'll continue to share it, you know, over and over again, so that you all can use a learning tool so that you don't allow yourself to be blindsided and bamboozled by these individuals, because there are lots of them out there who are willing to do anything to get that green card. They will do anything to get it. And when you get bamboozled, if you get bamboozled like I did, I guess it would be because you have not heard my story. But if you have heard my story, you should not ever get bamboozled by anybody who wants a green card. All right, so join me tomorrow night at 9 o'clock, where we will continue to evaluate the email and talk about it some more. And we will decipher it, we will talk about it, and hopefully we will learn. Those who haven't learned yet will learn, and those who have learned will be happy that they did. So, guys, until next time, this is your girl Trev from Trevessence, reminding you that your journey matters. Let no one tell you otherwise. All right, guys? I will see you all tomorrow. So, peace out. Have a good night, everybody. Good night.